Hello, it's morning in America. It's a quote by Ronald Reagan, and I got that from an article in Times Magazine. I utilize the following sources to expound on the points made in this speech. The first one is from Time Magazine. The second is from the Ronald Reagan Foundation and Library. Third from IMBD. The fourth is also from Ronald Reagan Presidential Foundation. Also from Defense Media Network, the Miller Center, Encyclopedia Britannica, the Gallup Poll, Forbes Magazine, Times Magazine, and a quote from Brandy Quote. My name is Brendan, and I'll be speaking about these 3 points during the life of Ronald Reagan. The first is his life before presidency. Second is his time as president. And third, time his life after the presidency and his legacy. These 3 periods of time make up Ronald Reagan's eventful life. Reagan's early life. He was born in Illinois in 1911, and he lived there for most of his childhood. He went to Eureka College, and as you can see, he was a lifeguard for some time, and allegedly he saved over 70 lives. He also went into radio broadcasting in the Midwest, and through that experience he became an actor, went out to California, and he got a lot of the values that he took into the presidency from this time in his life, the small town values, common sense and working hard. And when World War II came along, he was called out of the reserves and into the Army Air Corps, where he utilized some of his abilities in acting to help them make training videos. And I got these from the Ronald Reagan Foundation, also from the Miller Center, IMBD, and another one from the Ronald Reagan Foundation. With his success as an actor, serviceman, and governor, he decided to run for the presidency. After serving as the governor in California, he decided to take on the presidency, and he won the election in 1980. And he's famous for his increased defense spending, in which he tried to defeat the communists in Russia and the surrounding areas. One of his famous policies is Star Wars, which is a anti-missile defense system in which nuclear missiles sent from the Soviet Union would actually be retargeted back to the Soviet Union, and this never came to fruition because it was a fairly lofty goal, but it kind of shows you the kind of idea that he had against communism and stopping it. He was also famous for Reaganomics, which is a type of economics in which he tries to take the federal government out of as many things as possible. He tries to lower taxes and allow the state and local governments to make more decisions. I got these ideas from the Miller Center. And in 1981, John Hinckley attempted to assassinate the president after he was giving a speech in Washington. He shot President Reagan and some of his Secret Servicemen, and thankfully Ronald Reagan survived, and he famously told the doctors, "I hope you were all Republicans." And I got that from the Britannica Encyclopedia. And with such an impact on the nation's economy and international standing, Reagan's legacy is well known. He left office voted one of the greatest presidents of our time, along with Lincoln and Kennedy. The spots kind of trade around, but for the last couple of decades, he's been up there with them. Right now, basically he's favorite on top of the Republican Party, and Bill Clinton is favorite on top of the Democratic Party. I got that from a Gallup poll. And he was responsible for one of a good economic time in our nation's history. We were in a recession after the previous president before him, Jimmy Carter, left the office in a state of recession, and he brought it back in a couple of years, and that economic growth lasted for 92 years until 1990 when, during Bush's presidency, more taxes were, the taxes were raised and the economy fell again. And I got that from an article in Forbes. And the Brandenburg speech is a picture from that speech, is a famous one in West Berlin on the Berlin Wall, which separates East and West Berlin, communist and free. And he famously asked the Soviet Premier Gorbachev to tear down the wall. And because of that, a couple years later, the wall did fall. And even a year after that, the actual USSR did come down. And I got that from another Times article. And in closing, Reagan's early years shaped his presidency. His presidency was an eventful one, and he changed the face of the office forever. How can a president be an actor? It's another famous quote by Ronald Reagan, and I got that from Brainy Quote.